Hello, my courageous Capricorn, and welcome to your general weekly reading. This is just a general reading, so please do take what resonates and toss the rest. Also, if you haven't had a chance, please check out your June reading, your love bonus, your moon reading, all that great stuff that's up on my channel. And don't forget to hit the like, subscribe, and notification bell so that you don't miss the July readings that I will be posting very soon, moon readings, etc. But without further ado, we'll get started on your weekly reading. We don't do reversals on these, but we do on the longer readings. So just to let you know, let's see what we've got going here for you. All right, so we have Queen of Swords energy. All right, so I feel like you are coming in hot, okay? For those of you who've kind of been in a funk, a fog, beat down, worn out, exhausted, I feel like there's kind of a break here for you, okay? So I don't know if it's a temporary break where you're kind of like, you know, I'm taking a vacation, or I'm just getting some time off, or, you know, whatever it may be. Or maybe it's just a lull, right? Maybe you're finally getting that break you needed. Something's come through, whether it be like you were looking for a job or you've got a new relationship, something like that. But I do feel like there's a break coming for you, and it's allowing you to have that peace, that strength, that renewal of yourself, where you're kind of seated back on your throne, feeling like yourself again, feeling a little bit stronger, better. So that's all good things, right? The Hierophant here is letting me know that you kind of are starting to feel back into your spiritual self as well, okay? So you're feeling a little bit more like yourself again, right? So you're having a little bit more well-being, spiritual sense of well-being, mental, emotional, all of that. And again, that goes really well with this because, you know, I do feel like for many of you, it's been a long year so far. Like this first half of the year has just drained you. You've been through the ringer, you feel like, right? So you're like, finally, I'm getting a break. And for some of you, that may be a short-term break, right? But you're taking it. And for others of you, this may be, you know, finally you've got a break in something, like you've had a breakthrough, right? It's either been a work breakthrough or a relationship breakthrough, whatever. And it's fantastic. You're like, finally I can take a spiritual break because I just feel like I've been fighting off demons all year, right? But again, this is something where I feel like your strength is being renewed. You're getting a renewal of strength, even if it's just a temporary, like you're going on vacation, something like that. But I really do feel like for you. But down here we have King of Cups energy. And I feel like this is somebody coming in for you, okay? So I do feel like for those of you who are, you know, on your own or single or looking, those kinds of things, I feel like this is somebody who may be coming into you in a relationship sense. And for many of you, I feel like this may be because you've come out of a really bad relationship or one that you just feel drained from. It may not have even been horrible. It could have been terrible, but for some of you, it could have just been one of those that was just, you know, it just took everything out of you, right? Could have either just broken your heart, or it just felt like it dragged, or it was just one that took too much time to get out of, or it was just draining, right? Like you've had those relationships that are like, they don't kill you. It's not like that. It's not like they're, you know, abusive. It's not like that, but it's just like, wow, I didn't realize how much that was taking out of me personally. And now that you're out of it, you feel like, okay, I can be myself again. I can have my wholeness back. But that's allowing you to free up. You've released to receive. So now you're able to receive this kind of, energy, right? Which is like king energy, right? Strong, powerful, dominant, but also, you know, stable and secure and kingly, right? So not like petty or childish or, you know, immature or that kind of stuff, which I feel like maybe what you were dealing with here, something that was just like draining because you're like, why do I feel like I'm almost raising this person, right? I have, you know, some of you may be like, I already have kids. Why was I raising this person? Or I already have enough on my plate. I don't want to have to raise you too, right? So I feel like with this, it's like, this is like you're kind of like bringing your strength even more to a higher level, okay? And for some of you who, you know, may already have a relationship, this may be an opportunity, right? This may be somebody coming in to just kind of help you with opportunities. So if you are feeling like you are back into a place where you are willing and open to accept opportunities, because maybe for a while you were just like down and out, right? Not putting out those high vibrations. And when you're feeling low and you're feeling bad or you're feeling beat down or you're feeling worn out, you just aren't really ready to receive new opportunities, new chances, and you're not really willing to even put yourself out there to get them, right? You feel awful. You're like, I'm not going to put myself out there. Why would you, right? You're like, I don't feel like I'm going to get job. I don't feel like I'm going to get that opportunity because, you know, you don't feel great about yourself or positive. So you don't feel like it's an opportunity for you, right? But when you're back in this Queen of Swords phase, you're back feeling like you've got spiritual wellness and well-being, then these kinds of opportunities are able to come into you, right? You're able to put yourself out there for them. So for those of you who are, you know, looking for job opportunities rather than relationships, things like that, this may be your breakthrough here. You may meet this person who's like, I can be that connection for you. You know, I've got lots of friends, I've got lots of people, I know people, I've got connections, I'm a, you know, kingly type of stable person. They've got what you need to kind of help you along the way. So either way, this is definitely an energy coming in for you, depending on your personal situation. Take it as it resonates, but I do think it's going to continue to perpetuate your growth, your feeling of, you know, strength that I feel like you really needed this year. It's going to help you to continue to build your feeling of self-worth, self-esteem, all of that you've really, really needed here. Because I do feel like here it's been, for many of you, I'm just getting that feeling that this has been a long time coming for you to get back in your Queen of Swords position, right? Like you've struggled to get there this year. So let's see what your challenge card is though. There's always a challenge. It seems like no matter what we do, we have to have some sort of challenge. Everything just can't be smooth sailing, can it? So let's see what we've got here. The Wheel of Fortune. Okay. So I do think that with that, you know, the case here is just that a lot of times you have your eye on a certain prize. Okay. And I think this is just saying that for many of you, and I include myself in this type of situation, that you have your goal set on a certain thing, right? You get your mind set on one thing, and it's really, really hard for you to adjust, right? Anything that's changed or changed from that exact plan, right, is like, no way, that's not right, this can't happen, you know? But I think this is what is going to be your biggest challenge, is kind of adjusting what is your Wheel of Fortune, right? Adjusting it to fit what's coming for you, okay? Because this is, with it being on the Hierophant, right? I feel like this is kind of telling you, your higher divination, whomever that is for you personally, they have a plan, right? And it's always kind of that running joke that if you want to make God laugh, make a plan, right? So that's the thing. Their plan, your higher divination's plan for you, is probably highly different than yours is, right? So you may be feeling back in your state of like power, strength, all of that good stuff, and you've got exactly in mind what your plan is. But when this person comes in, I do think it's going to change that, okay? But you have to be willing to accept this, because this is actually a very good opportunity coming for you, whether it's relationship, as I said, or whether it's, you know, job or whatever it may be. You really need to keep your mind open, okay? Keep an open mind. And I think for this being, for many of you, that's going to be the hardest part, okay? Your challenge is going to be keeping an open mind. So for many of you, you're going to be like, I tend to push this away because that's not the exact type of person I normally would go for. Or this job opportunity they're offering me, it's not the exact job opportunity I saw myself having, whatever it may be, right? But if you keep an open mind and you don't just kind of keep your plan so steadfast and hardcore, you kind of go with the flow here, then I think you will honestly be really, really happy, really, really surprised, okay? But you're gonna have to kind of just really open your mind, kind of really let yourself kind of go with the flow, be open-minded to ideas, options, opportunities, things like that. This is the Psychic deck. Let's see what it has to say about your Queen of Swords up here. Hopefully this will be of help to you. Fertility. Okay. And fertility in this specific deck is not necessarily, of course, being about, you know, having children or, you know, becoming pregnant, those kinds of things. It could possibly, if that's something that you are having in mind, looking forward to, but for the most part in this deck, it's more about planting the seed of an idea to bring it to fruition, okay? And I do think that's exactly what you're doing here. You have kind of gotten to a point where now you feel stronger, now you feel better about yourself, you're able to start putting those ideas out there, you're feeling more in a way that you feel like you can put it out there and actually receive something. You know, you feel a little bit more secure about it. You feel a little bit more self-esteem boosted, that you can actually maybe get those ideas to come through, right? But just don't be so steadfast on exactly specific ideas, okay? Keep that in mind. But I do think this is exactly what happens here. When you start getting that strength back, when you start feeling better about yourself, you're gonna start putting these ideas into motion. You're gonna start seeing the light at the end of the tunnel, things that you want, right? Start working towards them. And that's really good thing. That's what you want, right? This is where you start coming back into yourself, coming back into the things you want out of life, your path, right? You're putting this into motion, right? So let's see what the moon deck has to say about the Hierophant and the Wheel of Fortune here. And we have change. And again, I do think this is exactly what we're saying here, that, you know, you have a specific preset notion of what you want to put into place. We all kind of do, you know, this is what I want to happen. This is the kind of person I want to date. This is the kind of job I want exactly. Okay, but if you want change, you have to be accepting of, you know, open opportunities, keep an open mind, consider different avenues. Consider that, you know, this idea, you know, may not be exactly what's going to come to fruition, but you know, you can still grow and get a lot of great positive change as long as you don't stick to a specific idea so much that you cut off other opportunities, right? That's something you don't want to do. You don't ever want to cut yourself off. It's almost cutting your nose off to spite your face, right? You're cutting off really good opportunities possibly because you have such a preconceived notion. And this is what you need to do. You need to flow with the change. If you look, you see this person is flowing with the change. The birds are flowing. It's almost cyclical. They're just flowing with the change, right? And that's what you want. You want to move forward and you want to kind of go with that. Again, your spiritual, higher divination, whatever that may be that you trust to lead you, is kind of helping with that change. So don't get so bogged down in what your personal Wheel of Fortune was, because that could change. Sometimes, you know, it's like that unanswered prayers thing. Sometimes the best things for you are not at all what you think. And then you're like so pleasantly surprised at what you come up with or what you get out of it, right? So this is what they're telling you. Go with the flow, right? Come up with plans, come up with ideas, but as they manipulate or change a little bit, go with that flow because you may really enjoy it in the long run, right? So let's get your last piece of advice here. And this is just a general advice on your King of Cups. And let's see what we've got going for you here already. Hopefully this will give you some insight, but I do really believe that this is going to be a fantastic opportunity for you. You just have to be open to accept it, right? Go with that flow. Let's see what we got here. All right, so this one says Midas touch. Things are working out in your favor. In what ways are you abundant right now? And again, that's exactly what you have to do. This is all going to work out in your favor, right? Things behind the scene, your Hierophant, your higher divination, your whatever it is that you personally believe in, whether it's, you know, the universe, the celestial beings, communion of saints, you know, God, whatever it is that you personally believe is guiding you, spirit, whatever. It's leading you to this Midas touch, right? It's leading you to this perfect situation, this very, very positive, happy, wonderful abundance in game, right? You just have to be willing to receive it. Do not get hung up on a specific preconceived notion and let it basically cheat you out of what could be such a blissful ending because you have something so set in your mind, right? It's okay to plant a seed in your head, this is what I'd like, but make sure you're going with the flow and keeping your mind open, because in the end, it's telling you right here, it's all working in your favor. It's all gonna work out. Just go with the flow, okay? So I hope this does work for you. I hope everything is copacetic with you in the end. I think it does look like it will be. And if you did enjoy this, please do like, subscribe, share, all that other great stuff. And I hope to see you back really soon. Bye.